this is the product training for Monday, the 25th of February. It is now 5:01 p.m. Mountain Time. And welcome especially to all of our UK watchers. It's 11 at night.
Oh my gosh.
And
you guys
good
are
morning,
rock stars.
good morning, Australia, because it's somewhere between 5 a.m. and 1 p.m. across the broad Australia-New Zealand land. So we're glad to have you with us. And of course, everybody across the US and Canada, we're thrilled that you're with us, and we've got great information. You want to know how great it is? We did it before and it didn't record, and we want to do it again. That's how great it is. So this is Heather Webster. Obviously, she's in charge of product marketing, especially around nails and things like that. I'm Dave Webb. I'm your eager and hopefully friendly host. We want to make sure we are providing the best possible information about some great new products. Now, these are what we're calling in the lab.
In the lab.
What does in the lab mean?
In the lab means that we want to get it out there for you guys to be using and understanding how, getting feedback from you. And then we're continuing to make the product better.
So the lab means it's in development, it's in process, it's in testing. We have a lot of great news on most pieces. Some pieces don't meet our standards, and so we cancel them. In fact, we just removed one of the slides from this set because it wasn't meeting our expectation of quality. And I will stop hitting the table because it's jarring people. And we have had earthquakes here in Utah in the last couple of weeks.
It's actually true.
So this is not a 7.5. This is a Dave elbow on the table that gives that effect. So I apologize. So I'm going to now share the screen, and we are going to launch this and then show, and we're confirming that we're there. Mm-hmm. And we're going to go over here to this program and start and fire it up and watch how awesome it is. And I'm even going to take off the video for a minute, he said, believing he could. We don't need to be seen right now. No. We need to talk, and then we'll come back and share video when we come back. So to fire it off, we are talking about the brand new, boy, isn't that something that it works like that? These exciting lacquer strips.
Yes.
This is what's cool, because the lacquer strips are something, let's just go through the bullets. I need to stop being so excited because I'm going to over-explain and be wrong. So what do the bullets tell us, Heather?
So first of all, the lacquer strips, it's a newer product for Benny U. If you are previously with Jamberry, it's a newer product for you as well. So it's been something that's been really great and fun to have a different way to apply. So it's now a little bit about lacquer strips is actual polish that is in a strip.
That's genius.
Okay, it's genius. So if you like the Jamberry wraps are vinyl, and you use heat to apply them. The lacquer strips, you don't have to have that, and so where the vinyl, there's really great benefits to the vinyl piece, the nail wrap, and there's great benefits to the lacquer strips. Okay, so when you get a lacquer strip, there are 10 singles in one strip. You get 2 strips in one package. So you get a total of 20 singles.
I may be off on my wording there. I said 20 strips, because these are lacquer strips. So I counted each strip as an individual. There are 2 sheets of 10 strips. The bottom line is you get 20 to go on your nails. You figure out how many you want to use, but there are 20 of them.
Yeah, so 20 singles. So just to make it a little bit more clear, a strip is one whole of 10, and then we have 10 singles on one strip.
And 2 strips in a pack.
And 2 strips in a pack.
Love it.
Perfect. You also, the singles range, there's small to large. So the small is 9 millimeters across in width. Okay. That's going across your nail horizontally, not vertically.
So there's not 2 sizes. They range from small to a little bit bigger. So you probably go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 18.
Something like that.
So it's roughly that kind of a break, but we're talking about basically anybody's pinky size to anybody's thumb size.
Yes.
Roughly.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see that in the visual down below that it ranges in size. Now, you will also receive 2 alcohol wipes in the package and a vial, which is double-sided. It has a vial on one side and a buffer on the other side.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so lacquer strips they're beautiful. They're amazing. So here's just a quick picture of one of them that we have up. This one is Golden Hour. It's a clear with a French tip that is gold. And it's like a gold shimmer. It's just really pretty. It's a little bit understated. Yes, it's very sophisticated and nice. I like it. This is another one that it's actually what I'll be demonstrating today a little bit later. This one is called Pop It, and this one has kind of a pearlescent finish. So all of them have well, not all of them. We have different finishes. The shimmer is a little bit different finish than this one. It's pearlescent, and just to note, they do apply a little bit different. Shimmer versus sparkle versus solid versus pearlescent versus matte, or whatever, because they're actually, we may have in the future.
They're actually in different thicknesses, right?
Yes. So the sparkle will be the thickest. It has the most layers on it because it's doing the most things. They have a layer of lacquer, they have a layer of sparkle, they have a layer of all of that. Then they've also got where the solid is, you know, it's not as many layers because it just has a little bit of the color and the lacquer in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we're going to go into a demo in a minute, but I want people to just have in mind, what are some of the issues? Let's take a quick look here. Some of the issues that we have seen in the past that people have had with nail wraps, for example. Because that's kind of like the granddaddy of them all. Do we say the grandmother of them all?
You're right.
Targeted toward women. Never mind. But the nail wraps have had pretty intense usage to get used to.
Talking about the different, you know, if we use these two products and put them side by side, they're both easy to use. There's differences between them. So like I said, the nail wrap, you're going to use a heater and it's heat activated, right? So they're quick and easy, but it's it's one extra step. Now the lacquer strips, you don't have that extra strip. So you don't have the heater and you don't have dry time, which you don't with nail wraps either, but this is totally on the go.
Right.
So you don't need
lacquer, you typically have to, if you were to paint on a lacquer, you have to wait for it to dry. You're blowing on it while you're in traffic and driving people next to you crazy.
And of course I smudge it then when in those occurrences. Yes.
So to put it on, it's real, and we're going to do an actual demo. The actual Heather Webster, who is in charge of it, is going to show you how it is. And obviously you've had some practice and training, but guys, people, peers, she has done this now so quickly that it's almost like if you blink, you're going to miss how simple this is to apply.
Yeah,
so we'll show that. But the other half of that is also the removal of it.
It's so easy to remove. Now, I had some on today, and then in preparation for this tonight, I took them off because I, you know, wanted to have a naked naked nail and then be able to apply it so you could all see that. So I just got some lacquer remover and I put it on a little cotton swab and I removed it.
Perfect.
Very easy, just like lacquer. So they remove like lacquer.
Awesome.
Now, quick note.
Yes.
Where I was saying that things are a little bit, the lacquer strips may be a little bit different in thickness. Thank you. I kept thinking width. In thickness. Some of them that are thicker take a little bit more removal experience. Sure. So you just have to use a little bit more removal time, but they're still easy. So just to be aware of that.
And this is great because we're talking about a new way to reach people. And one of the great values here is that you get, and you're going to see, I mean, obviously you can see from the pictures, those are only modified by our creative team so that you get the best representation of what it is. But you're going to watch Heather do it live, and you're going to see the quality and the professional look that she gets. And again, we're talking about a fraction of the price.
So the nice thing about this for me, you know, because sometimes I don't have that steady of a hand, then you're going to have the beautiful finish around your cuticle. With lacquer strips, like nail wraps, you're going to have that same experience, and it looks beautiful, and you don't have like all the smudges and everything that maybe you get with gel if you're applying gel or lacquer.
Especially under a time crunch.
Yes.
Because if you have all the time in the world and all the money in the world, you go get it done.
Yes.
But if you're a human, you want to do it yourself, and you need to do it quickly, and it needs to look 100 or en fuego or on fleek. What are some other cool things people say? It has to look fantastic. It's going to look fantastic.
And then the next thing that we want you to be aware of is everything that we launch in our full launch that is coming are exclusive to BenaU.
So right now, what is in the lab, what is being tested, what is being evaluated, what is being monitored, those are not necessarily exclusive designs for us. They are designs approved by us, but we have quite a stockpile. And I think it's safe to say this is coming out of the lab on fire. This is going to be a full-fledged launch. We're just scheduling it out now so we get the maximum impact for you and your business. That will be when we turn back on those fantastic exclusive BenaU I'll say Jamberry because those are the designs you're used to, but those become exclusive again. Those are things that only we'll offer, and with the quality you've come to expect from Jamberry that we've been able to pick up in Benny U.
And even if it is a solid, then it's a Pantone color that is specific to Benny U.
Nice.
So whether it has an actual design on it or not, everything is exclusive to Benny U.
I love it.
Now here, this is awesome.
You take this first one.
Did we do that the other way last time? Okay.
I don't remember.
So lacquer strips, we want to tell you what's actually in the lacquer strips. So we start with propanic acid,
nitrocellulose,
we have ethyl acetate,
butyl acetate,
acrylic polymer. Yes.
Dang it. I call it DH.
It's, yes, you can read that.
Penteritol hexacrylate.
Isopropyl alcohol.
Wait a second, then I've got sterylconium hectorite, which I still think sounds like a villain from the Avengers.
Absolutely.
But
yeah.
These are the things that it's made with. You don't have to worry about this because this is what is really important. This is what it's made without. And you probably have these memorized. Rattle these off because this is your wheelhouse.
So we've got toluene that is not there.
Right.
Phthalates, not there. Dibutyl phthalate, formaldehyde, camphor, formaldehyde resin, xylene, parabens, fragrances, animal ingredients.
Not
we are
included.
Free of all of those things.
Not included. So that's, again, what makes it exciting to promote because these are the non-toxic parts. Everything you saw before is based on what we know is safe and simple to share with your family. You'd be comfortable putting it on your children's fingers, your neighbor's kids, your grandmother, anyone that you want, you can feel comfortable sharing with them. So let's get to what they're all here for.
Okay. So first of all, what is the purpose of having a new product like this?
This, to me, and again, I was looking at it from a business standpoint because I have not used nail wraps myself. And in trying to explain to my wife how, the whole evolution of what has been Jamberry and where we are today, this is a great opportunity. She was super excited to learn, oh, so you just put them on, you can do it yourself, and you still get that professional look.
And I'm done.
That was it.
You just put them on and you're done. Exactly.
So this is a way to get in front of more customers.
Exactly. Yeah. So not only is it a way to talk about something new to maybe some of your customers that you have now, but it's a way for you to go back to people that maybe didn't like Jamberry. If you are a Jamberry previously, yes, Jamberry veteran, I like that. It's a way for you to take this back to them. But also, if you're not a Jamberry veteran and you're from one of the other companies, it's an opportunity for you to connect with a new demographic.
And it's much more simple to explain than apply, measure, fold, heat, lean, weight, back, etc.
Yeah, so it's great for that. So not only are you reaching new demographics, but think about the people that maybe nail wraps didn't quite work for. Mm-hmm. I'm one of those people. I had to work a little bit to get my nail wraps to be great for me. And I loved the nail wraps.
What do you call your condition?
So my condition.
That's what I'm treating it like a condition.
So I have an extreme C curve now.
Extreme C curve. It's like the letter C put on its side.
Exactly. And so it's like
nails curve a lot.
Super curvy. So if you go back to one of the pictures, the picture that had Puppet, that is actually a picture of my hands, and you can see.
Hand model Heather. So there was a heavy C curve being represented right there.
Yeah, you can see.
I hope nobody was freaked out at the intense C curve that they were exposed to.
Exactly.
But your point is, it was harder to do with the nail wraps and the full vinyl application, and now what you're saying is, with lacquer strips,
it's easy.
Let's never say anything is easy.
Well,
but it's darn simple.
It's simple,
but
and
it is
easy. Well, the thing about it is that with maybe like a metallic or a sparkle wrap, or even with our glossy and matte that are the easiest nail wraps to apply, in my experience, I still would get bubbling around the edges, and I'd have to put True Shine gel on top of it to secure it all in. Because I would get lifting, and I would, and then with that extra step, I would get 2 weeks out of it. I'm super lazy. I only want to do my nails one time, and I want to get the most out of it that I can.
Well, this is perfect because we're talking about broadening your customer base. So you would have been one, and this is safe to say now because we're all adults and we're moving on. It was tough for you to do the actual Jamberry nail wraps, the vinyls from before. And so now we're talking about you as conceivably a new customer that would have broadened that base.
Yes, or a past customer that now wants to be a repeat customer.
And you're getting more because they're seeing what is available to them. It's simpler to change. They may want to change more often. All those things become more fun.
Absolutely. So how do we share this?
This is great.
What do we do? Well, we go back and we talk to all these people. You know, there is no, right? We want to go for that no. We want to get them to say, no, this isn't good for me or whatever.
Right.
But until we hear that, until we actually have that moment, they're a potential customer.
Right.
Everyone out there is a potential customer, right? So we want to go back and we want to share with them how easy this is, how great this product is, and how it can help them, how it can be fun, how it can be a luxury item that can maybe make their life a little bit more fun.
That's a great point. And the things that I think stand out most are not only the simplicity, which is a big deal, but the professionalism and the quality. So it's not like you're sticking on Lee press-on nails or a Band-Aid equivalent that looks like something that may be cute. Right. These are full-fledged, high-quality, professional-looking nails that are simple to apply.
Yes.
That's your new customer base to look at.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be pretty and sophisticated.
So here's where we had a hiccup last time. So before we get too carried away, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to start this. Hopefully we're showing. Hold on. I don't want to show the whole thing. Let's stop the share. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. Full video. So we're going to do a little bit of this. So you're going to show.
Right here, I want to show you what the nail wrap. Okay, I have to like figure out where I'm at.
Yeah.
So this is the packaging right here, and we've got, you know, it's beautiful. I love this packaging. It's so pretty. But you can see what's in here. This is the color that you'll receive. You know, and you can see we've got lacquer strips down here. We have the jamberry. It's just really pretty. Then on the back, all of your instructions. So it's so nice and easy. Everything is there that you will need, right?
So now you are doing the demo. So why don't you go where it's comfortable for you, and I'm going to angle the camera. You want to use those scissors? You're just showing people.
I'm going to just open this up so you can see that's got a little
Now what happens once you open it?
Okay, so once I open it, well, I just want to kind of show, this has a little, to keep it in place, it has a little thing right here. So you have to just kind of pop that off.
Just release it from the front seal. Okay.
We've got in here, we've got an alcohol pad. I don't think that.
All right.
We have an alcohol pad, and we've got our little, that got stuck on the little glue dot.
It needs to be simpler than, I'm kidding. That's still pretty simple.
And then we've got the file. Okay, so here's our lacquer strips. Now, I personally like to open them with some scissors. So I just cut across the bottom. We are, like I said, this is in the lab. And so we still are working on some of the things that are making it easier for you, which we're changing
You can see it's got a little notch up there if you wanted to tear it off, but that also kind of endangers that first wrap. So a quick rip across there could put you in danger of losing the wrap. So you just chose a more direct way.
So I like to cut it just because I've tried ripping it and it just doesn't.
Perfect.
It bothers me.
Let's provide reasonable expectations for the people.
Exactly, right? And then it's easier for me to take them out. Nothing gets torn or anything. Okay. So now you see I have just one of the strips that's taken out. And for my fingernails, most of the time I can get both sides out of one.
Back that up and go at a little angle a couple of times because I want people to see the pearlescent effect that they're getting there. And you're going to show it on your nail again too.
I'm going to take off this. So I'm just taking off the top part that I'm going to. Is that
like a protective thing?
Yeah, it's a protective
shipping?
thing.
Okay.
Well, it protects the nail wrap. So it has, this is, okay. So Dave mentioned earlier what happens when we open it up. How long?
Yeah.
You've got
It's got a life cycle.
It has a life cycle. So once we open it up, it is subject to drying out.
Yeah, so you want to take care of this within a couple of weeks. You want to use it, otherwise it'll be tougher to apply.
You want to use it right away. So you open it up when you're ready to apply it to your fingernails.
And the fragrance is natural because it's lacquer.
Yes, it's lacquer. So you might smell a little bit.
You can just tell it's there. It's not overwhelming at all.
No. Okay, so what happens to the other ones that maybe you have extra?
Good question. Well, how do you build your business?
Yeah, exactly. So I think every time you open it up, you say, okay, I'm going to use what I've got, and then I'm going to give the rest away.
Perfect.
And I'm going to, that day, I'm going to say, okay, these are all of my samples, and I'm going to hand them out. Maybe you cut them apart that you've got like 5 you give everybody just 2. And so you give them 2 samples that they can put onto different fingernails, and you say, okay, I'm going to use the rest of them as samples for my business.
Perfect.
That's what I personally would do.
Sure.
Okay, now I'm just going to apply this first one. I'm out a little bit. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to watch that.
I know.
Okay, so I have the top part off. That I just tore that whole thing off right at once. So I feel like that's a little bit easier. I used to tear it off one at a time, and it just, it would get caught or stuck, or so I like to just take it off the whole thing. You got to be a little bit gentle.
Pad. Are you okay with that?
Oh, no, I'm not. Thank you. Okay, so go back.
One step.
Rewind, one step. We want to make sure that we use the alcohol pad to clean off our nails and have a nice application. So it's going to be nice and clean. It will adhere better if it's clean, right? It doesn't have any lotions on your nail. So every time you put lotion, that it adheres to your nail, right?
And so the alcohol will dry pretty quickly and give it a nice
super
home
fast
to land on.
Yep.
Okay.
Super fast and nice. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to apply it right here and push it down. Look at that.
I should have started a clock
It's like
because this is going to be less than 1 minute per nail.
Fast. Oh, less than 1 minute. It's actually faster. So you can just use this, and you can just come right here.
So you're using the nail as kind of a cutting edge, and then the file will
Yeah.
basically trim for you.
Yep.
Look at that. This is not unretouched photography, people. Boom.
So you're going to just come, and my favorite thing to use is the deluxe toolkit. I know that Dave wanted me to do everything that just came in this, but when I'm actually doing my nails, I like to use the deluxe toolkit because I like the tools in there. I like this.
Slide a little to your left because I want to take advantage of that big giant light right there. So hold that up right like into, there we go. Catch that light and show, look how clean that is around all the, like your intense C curve. It has no wiggle effect.
I have a very,
that's awesome.
Super.
And again, that was approximately 32 seconds or something almost
with
silly.
talking involved.
Right. And the moron at your right trying to explain and ask questions. So if you don't have a moron monitoring your every move, you could be even faster than Heather.
It's really so easy. Okay, so I'm going to just take this. I'll tear it off. And then because this one fits a little bit better on, you have to look at what your nails are, what sizes, and you just attach it to the size of your nail. Obviously.
So you did a little retake. You pulled it off and put it back on.
I wasn't getting it completely straight.
But it was, but you didn't lose it by having to take it off. You could reapply it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you just need to be a little bit gentle. I'm kind of just pushing it. I can kind of perforate a little bit.
I already said I wasn't going to talk, and then I went ahead and talked. But it just felt necessary.
Dave has a problem with that. He couldn't be silent if he wanted to.
I could not.
Which is great. We love him. Okay. What was I going to say? I forgot now.
You're manipulating it, and it didn't lose any of its effectiveness.
Yeah, so you can see, I know what I wanted to say. So now I've used the 2 smallest ones. I have really fairly kind of small fingernails, right? My nail beds are small.
Bragger.
Well, no, it's actually, I think a bigger nail bed is better because then you can see the designs better. But I have kind of small fingernails. I can use the juniors for my fingernails. But one thing that's interesting to note that is a difference between nail wraps versus lacquer strips. Nail wraps, you want to go smaller than your nail, right? You want to go smaller.
If you're going to choose, you choose a little bit smaller
rather than bigger, okay. Because you can't. It's much more difficult. You'd have to cut it to make it fit your nail. And you can't do that as easily when it's on your nail. Now with lacquer strips, it's a little bit different because they're a little bit easier to maneuver. You can use a bigger strip than you can use a bigger strip because it's easier to cut.
Kind of cut around, yeah.
You can perforate. You can get one of the orange sticks that we have, and you can kind of cut around the edge and perforate that nail and make it fit nice and perfect.
I love it.
Yeah. So
so that again, even with my talking, that was again about 30 seconds. You just plunk it on.
It's so easy.
You could even remaneuver it a little bit if you have to because it's built to be. I mean, you couldn't take it off right now and put it back on because
Nope.
you've done some pressing and some trimming around it.
Yeah, if I took it off right now, it would ruin it.
Yeah, right.
And I don't want to do that.
So on the one case, it's a little bit of a delicate thing, but again, you're plunking it on, didn't quite go right. I'm going to pull it off and do it again. Now, once you're satisfied with where it fits, you press on and you're going around it.
And I go down the middle, I go over the side, and I go over
down the middle,
side.
Over the sides.
Yep.
If there are any guys watching, you're going to want to pay attention to the rudiments because what Heather's doing, all women know intuitively how to do, but I need to hear down the middle and over the sides. That makes perfect sense to me now.
Well, I just think, you know, you press it onto the middle.
Yep.
It's like you're trying to get all the air out of something. Like if you, I don't know.
Like sandwiches.
I guess.
In my Ziploc bag. No, I'm totally with you.
I guess, yeah, something like that. But you just want to make sure that it's adhering, right?
Yeah.
So if you have put on nail wraps, I use the same method with my nail wraps that I do with my lacquer strips. I set it, I press it down the middle, then I go around the edges, just like that.
Hold that up up a little bit higher, and let's get as close in on that as we can.
Then I go down the middle, and then I press around the edges, just simple like that.
Guys, you can see the pearlescent effect. Look how sharp that is, how shiny. The quality is great. We're really excited about what this is going to mean, obviously for your beauty and then for your business, because these are things that are going to be exciting. And we're coming out of the lab as soon as we can. I'm going to basically, I want to, well, let's go ahead and move the camera a little bit so Heather and I can say our farewells. And here we lean in to say, awesome, guys, thanks for being with us. And we'll have this ready for you to watch very soon. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, and everybody get excited about Lacquer Strips.
Hey.
Anything
I love them.
All right, we'll get it. Let's do a wave, and that'll be the official.
Okay.
And then I'm going to jump on and answer questions, and I can edit these out if we have to. Hi from Australia. Good morning. Bronwyn, thank you for being with us. Jamie, hello. Lisa, now she can see us. Lisa's still asking, is it okay to apply a strengthening or smoothing base coat underneath?
I haven't had any effects from that. I think that you know, we always have done that with nail wraps also, or as well, that's not affected anything. I haven't had any problems with that.
Good to know. And Ashley, yes, hi. And hi to everybody and goodbye to everybody. Thanks again. Have a great night and a great week, and we'll talk to you again next time. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.